The Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl. The Eagles cemented their spot in Super Bowl 57 with a 31-7 triumph over the San Francisco 49ers. After the Eagles jumped out to a 7-0 on the game's opening drive on a 6-yard Miles Sanders touchdown run, keyed by a ridiculous one-handed grab by wide receiver Devonta Smith for a 29-yard gain on a 4th-and-3 play, linebacker Hassan Reddick neutralized the San Francisco offense when he not only stripped the ball from quarterback Brock Purdy, but also injured the rookie's elbow 6 plays into the 49ers' first offensive series. Veteran journeyman Josh Johnson replaced Purdy until he, too, was knocked out of the game with a concussion on an Ndamukong Suh hit early in the third quarter. Purdy re-entered the game, but it was evident that the 49ers were limited to short passes and runs. San Francisco held up for most of the first half, tying the game on a 23-yard Christian McCaffrey run in the second quarter, only for the Eagles to answer with a 13-yard Sanders touchdown run, a Reddick fumble recovery off a muff snap by Johnson, and a Boston Scott 10-yard touchdown run in the final 8:29 of the first half to make it 21-7 at halftime. The San Francisco defense provided plenty of challenges for the Eagles' offense as quarterback Jalen Hurts finished 15 of 25 for 121 yards with no touchdowns or, most importantly, turnovers. Hurts added 39 yards on the ground. The Eagles were 4 of 6 in red zone efficiency. Kenneth Gainwell led the Eagles once again in rushing with 48 yards on 14 carries. Sanders had 42 yards on the ground and the 2 touchdowns. Scott had the touchdown run and a 29-yard kickoff return to open the game. Dallas Goedert led all pass catchers with 5 receptions for 23 yards. Smith's 29-yard catch was the longest pass play of the game. Reddick was a monster with 3 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. The 49ers were limited to just 164 total yards, 11 first downs, and a 2 of 8 conversion rate on third down. San Francisco never took a snap in the red zone and was hurt by 11 penalties for 81 yards, some of which extended key Eagles drives. Here's how the game unfolded. Frustration has set in for the 49ers. Following a 6-yard run by Christian McCaffrey, a scrum ensued at midfield that eventually led to Kayvon Wallace and Trent Williams exchanging punches that led to both players being ejected. When play resumed, safety Reed Blankenship forced a Deebo Samuel fumble and recovered it. It was a 4th down play regardless, but the Eagles took over at San Francisco's 31-yard line. Eagles start to pull starters, extend lead to 31-7 after the turnover on downs. The Eagles went to the ground with 8 consecutive runs, all by Kenneth Gainwell, to set up a 31-yard Jake Elliott field goal with 5:17 remaining in the game. The Eagles pulled All-Pro tackle Lane Johnson before the drive. Left guard Landon Dickerson exited with an undisclosed injury. Avonte Maddox, Fletcher Cox stop 49ers on 4th down. The 49ers, down 28-7 early in the fourth quarter, went for it on 4th and 2 from their own 47. With quarterback Brock Purdy unable to throw due to his elbow injury and Josh Johnson officially out with a concussion, wide receiver Deebo Samuel took the handoff and was swarmed by Fletcher Cox and Avonte Maddox for a loss of 4 with 10:52 left in the game. Eagles extend lead to 28-7 as Jalen Hurts gets going on the ground with the 49ers offense limited by Brock Purdy's elbow injury. The Eagles nursed the ball for a 15-play, 91-yard drive that lasted 7:50 and ended with a quarterback sneak by Jalen Hurts to make it 28-7 with 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A roughing the kicker penalty on the 49ers extended the drive, then Hurts ran for 12 yards, 2 yards, and 14 yards on consecutive plays. The third play enjoyed an added bonus after 49ers safety Talanoa Hufanga pushed Hurts after he was already out of bounds. The fourth rushing touchdown by the Eagles set a single-game playoff record. The touchdown by Hurts was his 15th rushing touchdown of the season, including playoffs, the most by a quarterback in NFL history. Josh Johnson pulled out of the game by the referees. Brock Purdy back in on the opening drive of the third quarter. Defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh knocked quarterback Josh Johnson to the ground. The referees deemed that Johnson needed to be evaluated for a head injury. Brock Purdy re-entered the game for the first time since the 49ers' opening drive.